Have you ever struggled to come up with the one idea? Or perhaps you're quite the opposite and you have a whole bunch of ideas and not sure what is the one thing you should pursue. Or maybe you felt lost in life and really trying to identify what is the one thing you can do that you enjoy. Well, that was me. I struggled my entire career hoping to find the one thing that I was good at, that I can go all in on. In fact, my entire life has been that. I was unsure. And it took this long to realize that even in my career of consulting, hoping to identify the one thing that I was really good at, I still struggle with that today, 15 years later. So I took it upon myself to go through an exercise and really commit myself to identifying what is the one thing that I can truly focus on among all other opportunities in front of me. So in today's video, what I would like to cover is a concept called idea mapping. So if you are interested in learning what exactly idea mapping is and how it works, keep on watching. Okay, before we start, let me give you some background. This whole concept isn't new. It's not my own. It is a concept that was shared by a friend who is an avid follower of Ramit Sethi. Perhaps you heard of him, perhaps you haven't. He is the founder and owner of I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And a friend highly recommended to go through this exercise because I was telling him how much I was struggling to find the one thing that I was good at, or even come up with some ideas. And frankly, after going through the exercise, it was quite eye-opening and I learned quite a bit. So I figured, why not create a video to share this experience with you guys and see if anyone who's watching could get any value out of it. Really, that's the whole point of my channel, is to really provide lessons that I've learned and really share it with all of you. Anyways, without further ado, what we're gonna do is go through the pre-work of this exercise, which is the very first thing you should do is, without any influence whatsoever or any bias, is then to go out and talk to friends, family, people you know, people you work with, people who barely know you, that just met you, and give them a call, meet up with them, and ask them a very simple question. What are the 3 things that they think you are naturally good at? Okay? 3 things that you're good at and why they come to you, right? And you'll be surprised, like I was. I had over a dozen different points of view and I was able to capture a common theme. But go through the exercise. Again, ask as many people as you can that you know and ask them a simple question. What are the 3 things that, in their eyes, that you're good at? Okay? The second thing that you need to go through in this exercise is to come up with your own personal ideas. There's no bad idea. Just throw any idea on paper, right? Because at the end of this exercise, after doing the first step of getting feedback from your friends and family and so forth, and coming up with your own, you're supposed to come up with 20 ideas. It's all fair game. Put it all down on paper. And the whole idea, when I look at this as a bigger picture, is that you're gathering intel from the market. Instead of you trying to figure it out, you're letting the market tell you what you're good at, what problems you can solve, right? The whole purpose of this is to identify how you can add value to people, because people come to you for a particular reason, right? That you're just naturally good at, that it's effortlessly, that you do things effortlessly compared to them, right? Have you ever heard the term, like, people say, it's so hard for them, but it's so easy for you. You're so good at it. You're so natural at it. That's really the point of this exercise, is to gather all that information and put it on paper. Okay, so once you have all your ideas on paper, the next thing you want to think about is, if you were to have 3 hours of spare time during the week, what would you do with it? What would you do with that 3 hours, that you could spend 3 hours straight or throughout the week? Things that you just do naturally, that you just enjoy, right? And add that to your list. So this whole step is all about intel, gathering all the information, put it down on paper. No right or wrong answer, no bad idea, put it on paper. Okay, so once you go through that exercise, what I'm going to walk you through is the actual mapping part of it. I'm going to go and grab my iPad and I'm going to help draw it out so it's crystal clear for you guys to see, and then we'll go from there. Okay, all right, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, here we go. So on the bottom we have our customers, and then on the left we will have our price, and I will essentially draw an XY grid. Okay, on the bottom right we have many customers, and the bottom left will be few customers. And for the price we have our high price on the top and low price on the bottom. Then right in the middle we're going to draw our little mini grid. This is going to be our little 4-blocker, is what I kind of call it. So on the top right we have our golden goose, and I'll explain all of this in a second. And then on the left is what we're going to call the high-end offer. Okay, now on the bottom right we have our mass market. And then last but not least, our bottom left is going to be our labor of love. Okay, so essentially what this means here is that when you come up with your one idea after going through the exercise, you're going to be able to evaluate and plot your idea against the grid. So if you know for a fact through market research and due diligence that there are many customers that are willing to pay high price for it, then you got the golden goose. That's like the dream. Now, obviously, the complete opposite of that is labor of love, which means, you know what, there is a need, not many people really need it, and it's pretty low price or essentially free to some degree. And then on the bottom right is just mass market. You talk about a lower price point, there's a huge demand, but people aren't willing to spend a whole bunch of money on it. And then you got your very niche in the high end, where you have very few people, very few customers, but they're willing to pay a very high price for it. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of how to plot it and see where you want to invest your time and money. All right, that's it. So I really hope you guys found that exercise helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Again, I truly appreciate you all watching my videos. It is a privilege to be able to share some of the lessons that I personally learned with you all, and I really truly hope that you did get some value out of it. And if you know someone that could benefit from it, you know, don't hesitate to share this video. But all right, well, I don't want to make this ending very long, but until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Okay, see ya, bye.